Okay, so we're just going to continue where we left off here with the question. And we are going to go to Elias's bedroom, where I'm pretty sure I can get into the jewels. Biscuit, now is not the time. Go back to sleep. He got up because I stood up for a second, and now he's crying about it. Okay, I exit the dining room and head towards some stairs to the side of the foyer. If I remember right, Elias Gallagher lived a solitary and mostly sedentary life inside this manor. If he was on bed rest for the majority of his time here, chances are he'd stash personal valuables in his bedroom for easy access. I don't know where his room would be, but I get the feeling it's upstairs. Either way, we're about to find out.
And what are you planning to do? Reenact the BJ scene from Ghostbusters?
The what? It's been a little while since I've seen Ghostbusters. That better not mean what I think it means. I laugh, shaking my head. You're the one who wrote those types of scenes in that notebook I found in the club room. Taylor starts to stutter as he tries to come up with an excuse.
That? I never. How did you even?
I try not to break out in laughter for fear that Elias might hear me.
That notebook contains highly classified information, I'll have you know, and I do not appreciate the invasion of my privacy.
You're the one who left it open.
Still, never mind. Forget it.
Oh, the door's slightly ajar. I guess I'll go in. I swing the door completely open, wincing as the hinges creak. It's another bedroom?
What's wrong?
The layout is the same, but it almost looks sad. I take this moment to look at what's in front of me. In the center is a bed that's perfectly made, fluffy pillows donned in silk covers upon a thick comforter. My hand runs over the plush fabric as I walk up to the bedside table. There's a few books here, but overall this room is almost barren compared to the one I woke up in.
I'm actually not too surprised. There were 7 kids, and the heads of the household after all, so it wouldn't be unusual for the bedrooms to look the same.
I guess that's fair. I catch a glimpse of something on the vanity and head over to it. There's an ornate box on the vanity. Surely something like this has to contain something important in it, right?
Be careful! We don't know if that's spring-loaded with some kind of trap.
I don't think it will be, but I hold my breath and take off the lid slowly. Glass shards? That's it?
Seriously? Why waste such a neat box like that on trash?
Maybe it's something important?
Kinda doubt it.
You never know. I slid the lid back onto the box and look around the rest of the bedroom. There's a bookshelf in the corner I hadn't noticed when I walked in. Guess what? There's another bookshelf in here. Guess it must actually be Elias's bedroom after all.
What's on it?
Seems to be fiction. Jane Eyre, persuasion, sentimental education, the portrait of a lady. The click of a keyboard is comforting as Taylor lets out a chuckle.
Those are all romance novels.
My fingers gently brush over the well-worn spines. It looks like they've been read countless times. Not only did he lack familiar love, it looked like Elias didn't have any platonic or romantic love either. He was stuck here and only had a fantasy world to live in.
Don't feel too bad for him. We can't change what his life was like, no matter how sad it is. It's already over.
The least I can provide is solace, make his afterlife a little more enjoyable, less lonely.
Don't fall for his act.
Act? Taylor! I scoff slightly. Act? What act? Elias has not once shown any hostility or invasiveness. He doesn't have any malice intent.
But what if he tries to possess you? Didn't he?
Taylor, I appreciate your concern and I care about you a lot, but accusing Elias of something like that without any evidence, especially considering how he died, is unreasonable. You're being paranoid. The line is silent. For a moment, I think he may have hung up on me, but his quiet voice finally breaks the silence.
I'm sorry.
Wow, he apologized. He sounds upset. It elicits a soft sigh from me. My whole demeanor softens. I apologize if I sounded harsh. Elias just deserves someone too, you know? He's all alone.
I'm just really worried about you, bud. You're alone in there.
Nah, I'll be fine. Don't worry, Taylor. If I were truly in danger, I'd have asked you to come and save me by now. Taylor's voice sounds less upset as he speaks.
Yeah, of course. You're right.
My love, are you here?
Wapa! Shoot! Elias is coming.
Can you hide or something?
I'm trying. Elias appears before me the moment I turn towards the doorway.
What are you doing in here, my dear?
The door was open and I noticed quite a few books on the shelf. I wanted to see if the recipe might be here. I pulled a random book, a smile on my face. You have quite the taste after all, Mr. Elias Gallagher. My grin widens as Elias blushes.
What? Is he getting embarrassed over there?
I read it for the plot. It's actually quite good.
Really? Let's see. I open a random page. The corner is folded down like a bookmark. I clear my throat and start to read. Our clothes were long gone. I couldn't keep my hands off her. Every inch of her body called out to me. Oh!
Heavens!
Elias' cloak covers his face. Bending over from embarrassment, I can hear Taylor having a laughing fit in the earpiece. Ignoring my own embarrassment, I put the book away and comfort Elias, however, half-heartedly. My apologies. It's quite alright that you delve in all types of literature.
I should have hidden those books better when you were asleep. I'm so sorry you had to see that.
He's fading away again. I mean, it's fine. Most people are interested in sex. Are you alright, dear? He is fading away. Elias lets out a groan and peeks at me through his hands. He slowly straightens, finding it hard to look me in the eye.
Yes. I just find the subject of physical intimacy to be rather difficult to talk about.
Oh, don't tell me the guy's a prude. He's freaking obsessed with marriage. What does he expect married allosexual people to do?
Everyone in the Victorian era was a prude, Taylor.
Did you say something?
I clear my throat loudly while Taylor sighs on the other line. What I said was you were never close to anyone before you met me? Elias plays nervously with his fingers, fascinated with the decor of his room instead of me. He is fading fast. Have you ever kissed anyone?
No! I was never really thought of as attractive to anyone.
I think you're attractive, Elias. Hold on, you? Not attractive? You're kidding, right? Elias shrinks farther into himself. I'm gonna be talking to nothing in a minute. Elias, you're one of the most handsome men I've ever met. I'm serious. The things I'd love to do to you.
The what you do to who?
Ow, Taylor. Ah, shit, maybe that was too forward.
Darling, I'm quite flattered by your compliments, but I have my reasons for being inexperienced.
We can fix that.
Beyond simply never having been properly wed before, of course. Well.
Okay, hang on. I gotta save it here. So we can go through things. Since we're on the track, I'll guide you through it, my dear Elias. It's nothing to be ashamed of, at least not in this day and age.
Oh. Is it?
Alright, I'm tuning this out. Tell me when it's over.
It's not uncommon for one to explode themselves in solitude. How familiar are you with your own pleasure?
Not very well, admittedly.
If you'd like, we can explore together.
I will consider it.
Yes or no, man? He closed his throat, trying to regain his composure.
Well, I, did find the cake recipes. Would you care to join me back down on the ground floor?
Why, yes, of course. He floats out of the room and I follow him to the foot of the stairs.
I initially came to find you so I could ask what flavor of cake you would like. Have you decided?
Oh, that's right. Let me think. We walk back to the first floor hallways as I ponder my options. Let's go with Earl Grey. The poor man suffered
Excellent
enough.
choice. You have the most wonderful taste, my dear. Please, let me handle the remainder. If you wish to rest, please. I encourage you to do so.
Thank you, Elias. I shall take you up on that offer. Elias bows before floating off to some other part of the manor, leaving me alone again. Okay, he's gone.
Bud, you sound really exhausted. You should find some place to sit down and rest.
Yeah, give me a minute, alright? I'll take a look around the hallway. It really doesn't help that all these doors look the same. Shrugging, I pick a random door, try the knob, and to my surprise, it turns. I guess I'll go in here. I imagine this is going to be the same. Shit.
Is it at least?
It's a bathroom.
So how are you feeling?
We're just gonna skip through this a little bit.
Maybe we should assume you have a little. So talk.
Okay. Gentlemen. Making bouquet.
Take what? There has to be more that you.
Like a lot.
I know.
I hate it all.
So Elias, you're still. I still can't believe you managed to find his smut collection.
I didn't mean to, I swear, I just picked up a book at random.
I would have loved to see the look on his face. Though you really didn't have to ask him his favorite sex position afterwards.
Yes, I did! It was already awkward, so I kind of just wanted to see what would happen, you know? Honestly, yeah, that is why I did that. I end up laughing a bit too, despite myself. Anyways, I wonder why he had a box full of meal shots. It just seemed so out of place.
I couldn't tell you anything about it. Maybe the dude's just a weirdo.
I don't think he's like that.
Are you seriously starting to feel something for Elias? Because I'm starting to think he's casting some kind of magic on you to make you feel connected to him.
No, I just like non-human things.
And I mean it this time, I want you to leave this place. There's something very
wrong. Try to calm down. Planned it out.
Please, we don't know what. Bud? What? You didn't bring a portable charger?
I'm know for next time, okay?
I'm not leaving you alone in there with no stall for time.
Blah, blah, blah.
My dear, can you come to the living room?
Yep, okay, off we go to see our dear Elias. Okay, we arrive at the door. I'm very stressed. Okay, we're in the living room again.
Oh, my dear, you look paler than me.
Yeah, I probably do.
What on earth happened?
Lost contact.
You've been... I thought you expected me. A fair question. Well, I have faint memories of unexplained disturbances and whatnot, but I have not conferred with any ghosts like the two of us have chatted. Certainly not in life.
Yeah, but what about after death?
And did you...
Known him for a long time.
Marvelous. My dear, how... Though...
They're willing to quote me. Poor Elias.
And as for your friend, how exactly has he served as a medium?
Okay, the earpiece, little piece of plastic. Stopped working.
So, to come... You'd have to leave?
He's coming here, actually.
Oh, is that so?
He's getting jealous
Well,
of Taylor.
He's... Well, I suppose a wedding without guests isn't much... Everything is just about in order for the ceremony anyway. And I hope your friend realizes how safe you are with me by now. He can wait outside for a little while we finish our preparations. Shall we go ahead and place the final touches on this affair?
Yeah. Did you... Marrying a ghost.
Now then, shall we? It is time to show you my
Elias and I make our way up the staircase as I softly grip his ethereal arm. I watch as his free hand grips the dark mahogany railing. The stairs creak a little too loud, leaning closer to Elias. My hold on him tightens.
Do not fret, my dear. These stairs are safe as long as you stay by my side.
Hang on, I gotta make sure I get this right. Okay, I got it. I give him an uncertain smile, trying not to remember the state of the decrepit stairs when I first entered the mansion. They now look more elegant, lined with a soft, gold-trimmed carpeting.
Careful now.
Let's see, he places a hand on top of mine. As we walk down the hallway, he wears a faint, complacent smile. Is it tiring? Making the mansion... I pause, not sure how I should phrase it. Not all of it is exactly hospitable.
You mean making
God
it look
damn
like
it.
a ghost of its former glory?
He chuckles at his little pun. With a gentle pat of my hand, he sighs.
Admittedly, yes. It's quite tiring. But if it makes you comfortable, then I shall keep doing it. It also brings back many memories.
The smile on his face drifts into wistfulness. For a moment, he looks almost sad. I regret bringing it up. My grip on his arm loosens, and I give him a smile back. I think you've done an excellent job, Elias, with everything.
I appreciate your kind words, my dear.
Yeah. We're back at his bedroom,
Just a moment, my dear.
and now he's finding the things. Beginning the hidden compartment. I knew this mansion had at least one secret passage. Elias shifts through the drawers inside the compartment, eventually pulling out an unassuming dark wooden box. He slowly opens it, revealing a ring, a necklace, and a pair of earrings.
Ah, here we are then.
My eyes light up with wonder as the jewelry sparkles, even without light shining on it. The ring is a gold band. The necklace is tacky as fuck. And the earrings sound the prettiest.
Do not hesitate, dear. Choose whichever your heart desires.
They're all so gorgeous. How can I possibly choose? Okay, we're gonna choose the ring this time. Inspecting it. The name Gallagher is engraved in the inner band with fancy cursive lettering. The Elias gently takes it from me and slips it over my finger. It slides on easily without being too loose or too tight. Ooh, lucky.
A perfect fit. Like it was made for you.
Aww. It's quite gorgeous. Is there a story behind this ring? A bright smile blooms on Elias's face as he kisses my hand, the diamond sparkling on my finger.
My grandfather held a high post as a military officer, being the personal guard to several members of the royal family in England.
Cool.
He was humble and full of wit, and thus could predict the enemy's movements far in advance.
Nice.
Why, during his time, he actually thwarted an assassination attempt.
He seems way too happy about that one. My eyes widen. Oh my, that's quite the life he must have lived.
Indeed. They offered him a gift for stopping the attempted regicide, the deed to a gem mine. It was quite successful, and on top of that, he managed to increase the productivity quite a bit.
Neat.
That's how he himself rose to aristocracy.
Elias' smile softens, eyes sparkling as he regales the tale.
When a civil war broke out, he fled to America with my grandmother, my father, and only a few belongings. It wasn't quite enough to maintain their previous lifestyle, at least not immediately. Yet regardless of how much they struggled, he still refused to sell the jewels.
Aw.
They represented everything he had been through, his dedication and hope despite the hardships. That determination inspired my father to start a business of his own. Eventually, he became a cameo baron beyond compare.
He pronounces words funny, okay? Conmeal? He pronounces words funny. Though, I'm one to fucking talk about that. Elias lets out an awkward chuckle, looking away in embarrassment.
I suppose I pale in relation. I never amounted to anything when compared to the great deeds my grandfather, father, and siblings accomplished in their lifetimes.
Nonsense. I squeeze his hand compassionately. You grew up kind, dear Elias, hopeful and determined, just like your grandfather. It doesn't matter that it didn't apply to business. It certainly applied to your heart.
My dear.
Elias looks past me, biting his lip.
I must confess something to you. I doubt that it will affect you now, but
I brace myself. I have no idea what he plans to tell me. I don't.
I adore you, but my mere existence is a blight. My polite mannerisms and lavish clothing are merely a thin veneer over the fact that I am weak, hideous, and undeserving of my status.
He's self-deprecating, poor thing. Elias, don't say such awful things about yourself. You've never had the tools to succeed in the world that measures your worth by your productivity. Without even considering the barriers that hold you back, you were thrown into the meat grinder without emotional support or physical ability to meet the challenge head-on. I take a breath to steady myself. This system was not made with people like you in mind, so how could you be expected to succeed when you are pitted against people who don't face the same struggles? And despite past neglect, you have always been hopeful. That is far more admirable in my eyes.
You are far too kind. I appreciate your words greatly, however.
Elias's grips me tighter, as if afraid I might run off.
The truth is, I was congenitally malformed.
What does that mean? Malformed. I took another look at Elias, squinting. At a glance, I could see nothing amiss. He seemed to have all of his limbs, fingers, ears, eyes, and nose. His clothing betrayed no alterations in form or function.
It's not immediately apparent, thanks to years of learning to adapt around my condition, but it's true.
He doesn't have legs.
My feet are malformed, were malformed at birth, and so in life. I had difficulty walking. Compounding that was a general sense of malaise that never improved over time.
Poor thing. Elias pauses, gaze never leaving mine, yet looking past me all the same.
The family doctor had diagnosed the malaise as what was commonly known as a nervous disorder at the time, a condition which had then only recently been christened as multiple sclerosis. Being that both my congenital deformity and acquired nervous disorder are incurable, my continued existence proved to be a great burden that only grew over time.
Wow, that is not what I pegged at all. That isn't it at all. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. My apology feels so inadequate, but I don't know what else to say. What am I even apologizing for? My gaze turns to the side as I think of something better to say. On its own, being ill is nothing to be sorry for. It's not within anyone's control, but in the systems and people that should have provided support for a person with an incurable condition, it truly is regrettable. Elias was confined to bed, even though the condition itself could have been managed with proper support, because his siblings had never needed that kind of support. That alone was enough to condemn Elias to an isolated life of hardship.
My birth itself was difficult and caused my mother quite a lot of grief. I don't blame her for any resentment left over from that.
Jesus.
But it wasn't all bad. I consider it a blessing that my condition could be easily obscured, so I wouldn't bring further shame to the family name.
We both glanced down to where his feet would otherwise be, now replaced by a ghostly, translucent tail.
Tell me, several decades have passed since my death. Surely both science and medicine have marched forward during that time. Are there cures now for the conditions I had in life? I hate to consider that anyone may still be suffering from these afflictions.
I'm afraid the doctors still haven't found a cure for multiple I can't say it. Sclerosis? We know a lot more about it now, though. So, some think it's an autoimmune disorder and we can manage the symptoms. Some researchers even believe they've pinpointed the cause, though that is still to be seen. And the surgeons can provide prosthetics, artificial limbs, that is. Vast strides have been made for prosthetics since the Great War. It's an option if people can afford it. I managed a genuine smile. There are whole practices dedicated to learning how to live with and use a new limb, fitting prosthetics for individual patients, therapies for regaining physical strength and social integration. There's so much to be hopeful for now. Elias closes his eyes, bowing his head.
I see. That is a small comfort, I suppose.
Wow. Being disabled does not make your life something to be ashamed of, Elias. You did the best you could with what you had, and I still intend to wed you, my dear. Oh. Elias takes in a breath, regaining his composure while loosening the grip on my hand.
Let us dispel such unpleasantness now. Shall we take our leave for the ceremony?
Yes. I do my best to nod and smile. Shit. Sorry, my chair got stuck. I do my best to nod and smile, the weight of his words still heavy on my heart. My arm wraps around his. We shall. Okay, we exit the bedroom and go downstairs.
Soon we shall be wed, my darling, and we'll have all of eternity together. Are you excited?
Very. Elias seems to be. So seems to be. I don't know how to answer that, whether I should be sincere and tell him the truth or continue the charade. At the very least, I can confidently say that there's no way Elias is capable of expressing malice towards others. He's too sweet, too naive almost. Elias deserves better, but I am not the one he deserves. Those feelings I have for him can only be described as pity. No, it's not pity. Okay, it kind of is. But it's with pity. I still love him. I can't love him the way he wants me to, the way he needs me to. Not today, at least. It's too soon for me to mean those 3 words he desperately needs to hear. And insincere declaration of love to Elias Gallagher would solely be a sin worse than murder.
My love, what's on your mind?
Nothing, I mean... I really am a bad actor in the end. With everything that's happened is about to happen, I must be feeling the entire range of human emotion right now. My beloved, nervous, excited, and so full of dread. We return to the foyer, where this whole night began. Elias glides along the floor while I do my best to keep up, trying not to arouse suspicion. He places his hand on the door behind the steps, and then opens them to me.
Are you ready, my love? I have worked tirelessly to prepare the old ballroom for our ceremony, and while we may not have any guests, I do hope that you will be pleased.
Yes, I will be. My voice is hoarse, so the words get lost in my throat. All I can do is smile and nod.
Excellent. Then without further ado...
Awesome. The doors to the ballroom open wide, and Elias bids me through. I walk down a tattered red carpet, through the dim cavernous room towards the center where extravagant dishes, 8 bottles of wine, blah blah blah, we know this. Weird whispers, memories of previous weddings. He floats in. Anytime he passes, he reaches the altar, it's time. Husses down.
Welcome all. Family and friends. Thank you all for coming today to partake in this joyous occasion. Today we are gathered together to unite Elias Gallagher with his beloved.
I just can't get over how televangelist this guy sounds. Still can't take my eyes off my groom.
Long has he suffered, and now long shall he be overflowing with joy. Let the memories of betrayal, of murder, of waiting be washed away like leaves in a flood. Love has triumphed.
Oh God, if this is what Elias is thinking.
Do you, Elias Gallagher, take this person to be your lawfully wedded spouse, to live together in matrimony, to love them, comfort them, honor and keep them, in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, to have and to hold, from this day forward, now and for all time?
I do.
Do you, my dear, take Elias Gallagher to be your lawfully wedded husband, to live together in matrimony, to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him, in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy,
What's this
to
doing
have and to hold, from this day forward, now and for all time?
I do.
Stop!
Taylor slamming of doors into the wall, and the illusions disappear without a trace.
Who?
Taylor! Aside from the angry echoing of footsteps, there was only me, Elias, and a very, very sweaty Taylor, in this otherwise empty sanctuary. I've never been so happy to smell his attempts to mask the scent of sweat with overpowering cheap cologne.
That's right. This has to stop. You should have told Elias the truth ages ago.
Don't fuck this up, Taylor. You fucked it up last
I should
time.
have told you the truth ages ago.
Killed us last time.
My dear, is this the spirit medium you were talking to?
God, he looks so annoyed. And I'm gonna be honest, Taylor looks kind of cute like this. Pouty. It is. His name is Taylor Potts, and...
Taylor, why do you interrupt our ceremony? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
not happy. Elias's eyes flash with frustration.
Oh, have I got some words for you, Gallagher? All of this?
Taylor just as widely around the empty floor and tables.
All of this is for nothing! This was a dumb attempt to find a ghost, and now I've put my best friend in extreme danger. They didn't actually believe anyone was here. In my heart, I didn't believe it either. I was desperate. But we did our homework and read that you were obsessed with romance. The idea of it, at least. They aren't actually in love with you, and have never been engaged to anyone before this. We went shopping for fancy clothes to trick you into appearing. So stop all of this. We're too young for marriage. We're both just college students, for goodness sake. We have our whole lives ahead of us.
Taylor's arms drop to his sides as he takes in a shaky breath.
Elias, you should be mad at me. I set them up to do all this. But I should have been the one here, not you.
I'm just picturing Taylor in the dress. It's funny. I look between both of the men standing in front of me. Elias, get back here, we're not done. Taylor is out of breath, and while Elias can't find the words...
I think we should let OHSIC disband.
Oh shit.
We need to go home. It's over.
What? But... Taylor, don't make decisions for me.
My dear is right. They have been perfectly able to choose what they like. I provided plenty of opportunities and...
Yeah, and they were playing you.
No, Taylor, be quiet. Taylor's previous fervor gets a second wind at the sound of Elias's voice, and he puffs his chest.
Our goal was to prove you exist. Now we have, and I regret it.
Taylor.
Besides, do you even realize what rushing into marriage does to people? What if it turns out that you two don't even like each other, or can't even stand being in the same room tomorrow? I don't know about you, Elias. There's only so many tabloids that we can salvage all the way back from like 100 years ago. But have you ever had to watch your parents fight with each other behind closed doors?
Elias cocks about in confusion. All I can do is stand there and listen, trembling.
Rushed, unhappy marriages lead to divorce. Maybe your parents got along fine. Maybe they didn't. But if this was a regular wedding between you and Bud, you'd be waving a red flag for the whole state to see.
I mean, I would too, honestly. I'm rushing into this too. I mean, it's not like he tricked me or solicited me into it.
Mom and Dad tried so hard to pretend things were okay when I was growing up. But I wasn't stupid. I saw the exhaustion on their faces. I heard what they said to each other. No one deserves that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Taylor. I didn't.
Besides, after all this, I'm
Oops.
jealous.
I clicked too soon. My bad.
Oh, all this time.
Oh. Wait, jealous of who?
Me, I assume. There's a rival suitor vying for your affections.
It's true. I think you're great, and I really, really like you. I've wanted to tell you that for some time. Since about the day we met, to be honest.
Huh.
But you were such a good friend. A kind friend who supported me in everything I did. But you were such a good friend. A kind friend who supported me in everything I did. I was scared to lose that. I was scared to make everything too big.
Okay.
But I guess I found a different way to make everything too big tonight, huh?
Well, this is certainly a thing.
What a charming and sad story, Taylor.
Much to my surprise, Elias's voice drips with empathy. His words are genuine. Elias, you...
How could I not be moved? But, my dear, I need you to tell me the truth. What did you come here for?
Yeah. I came here to help Taylor find a ghost. Our ghost hunting group was in danger of closing, and we decided to investigate this place. We knew people broke into this place pretty often, and no one ever actually claimed to see any ghosts, so we decided to do what we could to make you appeal. Nothing I told you about the previous wedding was true. I wasn't left at the altar. I was never even at the altar. I am just an ordinary university student trying to help a friend.
I see.
No, get back here, I'm not done. There it is. The truth is out. I suppose it had to be done sometime. If Elias could sink into the center of the earth, he probably would. He's just too polite.
But not all of this was a lie, was it? Your demeanor changed as we spent time together.
Sweaty over there.
You got to know me. You learned about the real me. And I think your heart opened.
Oh no, come on, don't do this! I get that you're lonely, but you're completely missing the point here.
Is he though?
Taylor, please. Where we go from here is up to them to decide.
Yes, it is. I thank you, Elias, for giving me a choice. I ask for your forgiveness. I can't say that I didn't mean to deceive you, but I regret it. Although I don't regret meeting you, I only wish it could have happened under better circumstances.
I can't say that it doesn't hurt. I'm not sure if I will ever see you in the same way again.
Yeah.
And yet, I am glad we met as well. This day, it was perhaps the best day of my life. And death. I hate that it must end this way.
Must it? You were also correct when you said I got to truly know you, and you've been nothing but kind and loving towards me this whole time. I do want to be with you, Elias.
What?
He's shocked! If you'll still have me. Oh, tone those wedding bells down. Let's take this back a step. I could never comprehend the thousands of emotions that must be beating through Elias's heart. Taylor's trying to say something, but I can't hear him. Oops, click too fast.
I want our happiness to thrive. Will you learn to love me, in joy and despair, until the end of time and beyond?
Taylor's face, oh my god! He's rolling his eyes so hard they're gonna fall out. Jesus. I will. I do. Taylor, your face. I'm trying not to stumble over my words, but I think I managed to choke them out correctly.
Then we are wed.
Elias takes my hands. Fingers chasing the ring he slipped on my finger. He holds me close. He kisses my lips, and I nearly faint again. But once this kiss is over, I'm awake, alive, and staring deeply into my husband's eyes.
It is done, my love.
I shouldn't laugh. This is a really sweet moment, but Taylor's face.
Now, shall we elope on our honeymoon?
You can't leave this house. Where the fuck are we going?
Taylor, my dear medium, I ask you to help us see the world.
He's going to possess him!
We can revolutionize your ghost club. We can change humanity.
Oh, Elias really is just a sweet guy.
And I know my love appreciates all that you've done for them.
Oh, is he gonna boot Taylor out of his body? It's true! I turn to face Taylor, who's extremely interested in the floor all of a sudden. A crimson blush, tingling, Jesus Christ! A crimson blush, tinging his cheeks. Taylor, maybe I would have dated you if you had asked me, but I think it's too late now. But you've always been a good friend, and I have always cherished you. I've always cherished you. If I didn't, I never would have come to this mansion.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Damn right! Not this time, but next time, bud. Next time. No, you should have. You care for me so much. I love you, Taylor. I hope you can understand that. How? I put a hand on his shoulder and lean it in to give him a peck on the cheek. But I want to love Elias Gallagher too. I'm ready to spend the rest of my life with him.
I don't want to be a third wheel. I'll go.
Yeah. You're not... You know what? You and Elias spend an hour getting to know each other. I'll take some time to myself. I could use a break. You're going to change the world, Taylor. I just know it. I wave to them both and step out of the ballroom. Wow! I kissed a ghost, and married a ghost, and fell in love with a ghost. And not 12 hours ago, I thought I was getting all gussied up for nothing. I rub Elias's ring, enjoying its embrace on my finger. It shines in the dim light as if it were a candle. So, do I own this mansion now, or partly own it? I guess so. I'll have to start thinking about repairs. But this isn't the road. This doesn't have to be the road. I walk through the halls, down the foyer, and step right out the front door. And the world is ready to greet me. I'm ready to greet it. The morning sun is beginning to peek over the horizon, and I watch with contentment as it climbs into the sky, ready to light up the world around it. Soon, Elias and Taylor find me waiting outside for them. Everything hashed out?
Hashed?
Yeah, we've gotten to know each other. And we've come up with an idea.
Is this another threesome?
Yes. I'm not particularly excited by the prospect of becoming a freak show to gawk at. But my flowers, those are another thing.
Flower club, yay!
Ready to start a spectral florist shop?
He's so happy. Oh, absolutely.
What shall we call it? Gallagher's spectral exotic flowers and bouquets?
Hey, I get to have my name in there too. We're business partners now, after all.
He's ecstatic and he's annoyed now. I let the two boys... Oop, shit. No, go back. I let the two boys bicker and rest my head on Elias's ethereal shoulder. It's going to take some adjustment, but I can't help feeling as though everything is as it should be. Ending B for love. Tell me I can skip these credits. Damn. Okay, so that is that one. I'm going to try and get the endings out tonight. So, ooh, skip end credits. Yes. Okay, I'm going to try and get the rest of the endings out tonight, and then post them throughout the next couple of days. Excuse me. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. And if you enjoyed the video and would like to see more, please leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want to, but you don't have to. It's not a big deal. And yeah. So I've got ending D, ending B, and I am going to try and get the science one done. And then we're going to do truth. And if you're asking how I know these names, I looked up a guide to make sure I got the answers correct, so I wouldn't spend 300 years going through the same fucking ending all the fucking time. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good night!